Do you know the answer? Find out in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. I've learned that I don't remember very much. I took an online test designed to mimic the SAT, the college entrance exam that high school juniors and seniors have grown to love. I took the SAT when I was a high school junior, and I wanted to see how much I remembered. Short answer, not so much. I did okay on the reading section, but on the math section, let's just say I was a little rusty. I didn't remember much of my trigonometry, or was it geometry, or algebra? I'm not really sure. Not only did I not get the right answer, I didn't even remember how to identify what kind of equation it was. We have short memories, which often leads us to some answers that may be less than correct. For one question, Jesus wanted to make sure everyone knew the right answer. The question, how do you get right with God? The answer, well, Jesus is the answer. Here's what Jesus said in John chapter 12, beginning in verse 47. If anyone hears my words and does not keep them, I do not judge him, for I did not come to judge the world, but to save the world. The one who rejects me and does not receive my words has a judge. The word that I have spoken will judge him on the last day. For I have not spoken on my own authority, but the Father who sent me has himself given me a commandment, what to say and what to speak. And I know that his commandment is eternal. What I say, therefore, I say as the Father has told me. In this passage in John 12, Jesus is explaining what is perhaps the best-known statement in the Gospel of John, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Now, he actually explains the statement made in John chapter 3 in reverse here in John chapter 12. Jesus begins with the verse we often forget, verse 17, right after verse 16 in John chapter 3. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. People often see God in one of two ways, as a benevolent grandfather doling out presents from heaven, or as a wild-eyed fanatic throwing lightning bolts in every direction. Neither is a biblical portrayal. God is the giver of all good things, and especially salvation, the greatest blessing of all. At the same time, God is also the ultimate judge. That's clearly revealed in Scripture. There is, however, something we need to understand. We already know the verdict. Jesus identifies this reality in John chapter 12, verse 48. The one who rejects me, Jesus says, and does not receive my words has a judge. The word that I have spoken will judge him on the last day. We already know the truth that the Bible reveals in Romans 3:23, that all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. We know we fall short. In John 12:47-50, Jesus reminds us not only of what we already know, but also of what God has said all along. Jesus is doing the same work God had done from the moment of creation, the same work God had done through selecting Abraham and the patriarchs, the same work God had done through Moses and the Exodus experience, and on throughout the Old Testament. Where we have need, God has always provided. In our greatest need, God provides his greatest gift. He sent his Son. You know the question, and now you know the answer is, was, and will always be Jesus. You know because now you're 5 minutes closer. My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from His Word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.